All right, so look, it's the first installment. I don't know what to call this, so all my viewers out there, or my new viewers that may potentially come to the page, we ain't got no names, but I'm your boy Jay Joyner. You know what I mean, and I'm with my partner Carlos.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying, and we chopping it up, man. It's a lot going on. You know what I'm saying, and I'm assuming because we partners, by the way, y'all don't know that. You know what I mean, we homies, and so we chop it up on the regular. But
Yep.
one of the questions I gotta ask you, man, like, how life treating you, bro?
Man, I can't complain, honestly, man. Life, like everybody say, life be lifing.
Yeah.
Everybody going through stuff, man. But honestly, just in the grand scheme of things, it's still just a blessing to be here, dog.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like,
No
I
doubt.
think we all going through stuff. We doing the best we can. But when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, man, I can't complain. I'm good, dog.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you say, man, life. I feel like every day is a learning cycle. I guess a lesson. You know what I mean? Like, you wake up if you ain't learning that, man, I don't even think you fit for living, because this is what the world is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
new things gonna arrive every time, and you got to figure out how you gonna handle it. You know what I mean? And once you get that lesson, how you gonna treat it moving forward.
Yep.
You
Dog,
know?
not to cut you off, I never forget, I don't even remember the guy's name. He was a professor at Upstate. And I remember when I just started kind of like getting into this media space, like right after I graduated. And I went up there to record something or take a laptop up there. I think I was trying to record something. And he was like, hey, just because you graduated don't mean you stop learning. It's like you always going to be learning something. And that's the truth. Like, man, I've been learning more since I graduated college in December of 2014. That's 11 years ago. I done learned more since then.
I hate to say it like that, but
for real, yeah. But I've been learning every single day. Every single day, dog. Is always something, especially when you got kids and just life in general, man. Like, you gonna learn so much. So it's all, like I said, it's always a learning curve with everything.
Yeah, no doubt. And man, it's funny, man, to hear you say that, because when I'm around my kids, they swear I'm old. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm still in the loop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's one of them situations with me, I can adapt to anything. I like some of their music, but I guess I am old. I'm a Neanderthal, because I still like everything from the early 2000s. But I feel like when you are open, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a lot of issues with a lot of people, man. We get so closed-minded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we ain't really with change, and you gotta evolve, or you gonna get left behind.
Gotta change.
You know what I mean? And that is the lesson in learning. You know what I mean? And listening. My kids come to me, man, and they put me in a loop, whether it's other social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram. Man, I'm all in, because I don't want to be left out. I don't want to be at the party or around folks saying the wrong thing. But not even that. I actually love it, because it keep me up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, you can't go back and get the 90s, bro. You know what I mean? You got to really kind of like stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And kids will put you on, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? Because you're your kids, but you gotta evolve, man.
Yeah, and they don't even use Facebook like we do. They tell me Facebook is something for like older people.
Yeah, we follow that group of old people. And I'm steady on. Yeah, I get it, man.
Yeah, they say they say TikTok. I think they might use Instagram a little bit or Snapchat, but TikTok really like they thing for them. But man, like you say, it's crazy how, like, we talk about your kids. Like, my kids think I'm old too, and I be like, man, y'all know y'all dad cool. Like, I'm really
Still
him.
got
Yeah,
songs, so
I'm telling you.
It ain't over with.
But they just look at me like, that's my. And it's a blessing too. It's cool because everything I got going on, like traveling, covering sports and everything. So when other people see me, they're like, man, I love what you're doing. It's amazing. But my kids, they look at me like, well, that's just my daddy. Like, okay, that's cool. Like, well, we want to go eat. We want to go play or something like that. So I love that aspect of it. Like, they still look at me like, because I am their dad.
Yeah.
But everybody else look at me like, wow, like he really on to something major. But to them, I'm just daddy. So I do like that part about it though.
Man, let me ask you a question. You know what I mean? Seeing as how you got a boy, you got a girl, and
two girls, like
two
a boy,
girls.
2 girls. Yep.
So I know I got a split, a boy and a girl. But my daughter's the oldest. And like, how is that dynamic between both of them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is your son the oldest?
Yeah, my son the oldest. So I think I might have told you. I don't know if you remember. So my first two, they was born when I was in college.
Okay.
They 2 months apart. So I was with my daughter's mom.
But you talking about a midterm?
I was
I like
man,
it.
listen, I was 22 years old. I was with my daughter's mom. We had been together for maybe 3-4 years at the time. And I stepped out on her. And my son's mom got pregnant first.
Yeah.
So I was just like, in my head, I was just tripping. I was like, man, I thought it was the end of the world.
Yeah.
Then right after that, my daughter's mom got pregnant. Matter of fact, she came to see me. I never forget. She had came to see me at Upstate. I was in my apartment, me and my roommate, and she was in the kitchen cooking. Next thing I know, she came and ran and just laid down on the bed. I said, "You good?" She said, "Yeah, I just feel sick." Then I remember like that following week, she went to the mall with her cousin and took a pregnancy test. And her cousin like, "Yeah, she pregnant or whatever." So I was like, "Damn, now I got 2 on the way." Man, listen.
And what you was, 18, 19?
Nah, I was 22, 21, about to be 22. Yep, I was 21, getting ready to be 22. Cause I had one more semester left at Upstate, and I was when all that happened, man. So my son was born in May of 2014, and then my daughter was born in July of 2014. But then we stayed together. Me and my daughter's mom, we stayed together, and then 4 years later, she got pregnant again. So now I got 3.
Now you got...
Man,
look, when... Not the same, but I remember... You know, I had a lot of partners, man. They was doing their thing early in the G. I'm talking about 16, 17. That ain't never really was my whole go-to. I always kind of wanted to be a little older before I had kids, but
right.
I always felt like if it happened, it happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, like, not the same situation, but I remember when my old lady told me that she was pregnant because her aunt called me. And you know how sometimes in life you feel like you prepare for things, or you could be, but when it actually happened, it actually sits you all the way down.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened to me. Her aunt called me and was like, "Hey, I got something to tell you." And in my mind, I'm saying, "Why you got?" You know, I'm like, "What you got?" Because not that we didn't have a relationship, but it's just like because it's in regard to my old lady. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so she told me that my old lady was pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Which is my wife now, but it was one of them situations where I didn't know how to feel, like because all these years I always wanted to be a father.
Right.
You know what I mean? I ain't want to be no baby daddy or just the cliche stereotype, and not to knock any other fathers that's out there, you know, doing their thing and maybe getting labeled that because they maybe not, you know, probably ain't in the house or whatever their circumstance is. But for me, I always kind of wanted to be a father. I wanted to take them, be there to get them first steps in, and you know what I'm saying, to, you know, give them that formula at 1:20 something in the morning.
Yeah. And
just anything that embodied being a father. So when it actually happened, that was a culture shock, bro. Like I was like, oh, okay, so this is what this feel like. And then, you know, of just knowing, and then she ended up confirming and telling me it was. And I remember going on them appointments and, you know, having all these type of feelings. And I remember, you know, you fast forward, because so much happened. You know, you'd have been through a pregnancy before. Fast forward 9 months, the first time you see your baby, bro. Like, I don't know what it was but for me, it hit different. I ain't like I'm the type of person, I ain't gonna say I'm macho. You dig what I'm saying? But to an extent, I've always kind of been a person that hold back a lot of emotion. I may feel something, but I don't really put it on Front Street like that. But I can honestly tell you, bro, in that moment, that was probably one of the fewest times ever that I shed a tear hard. But it was the tears of joy. But it hit me different to hear that scream, bro, and know that was something I helped create. You know what I mean? It was different. So, you know what I mean? I don't know if you got a similar one, but, you know.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. So, with me and my son's mom, we weren't really close. It was just kind of like a flame thing back in college. So, I kind of like stayed away from the situation until I knew for sure. So, she had my son, and then, you know, we went through the whole process of getting a DNA test done and everything. Yeah. And once it was confirmed that he was mine, I was all in.
Gotcha.
So now, fast forward, now I got full custody of my son because a lot of other stuff took place. Then my oldest daughter, she actually went into labor while I was up here because, you know, they lived down in Charleston. So she went into labor, and by the time I got there, she had already had my daughter. So I was there the whole time when my baby girl was there. So that was the first time I actually, like, saw the whole thing, the whole process.
So
like,
you was in they like you from the jump. We talking about
yeah, I was in there from the jump when my youngest daughter was born. That was the first time I like experienced like the whole thing. Like I had everything packed. I was on the road down there. I was there when they broke her water and everything. So I'm really like right there holding her hand, and you know when they pushing, I had holding her foot. Like when she pushing out and everything, like I'm there, and just to see all that. You see everything, and you see that head pop out of there.
I'm telling you,
man, listen.
And let's be 1,000. Seeing it like that, I ain't lying. You hope it go back where it was. You know what I'm saying? Like you stretching out like that. But anyway, you know what I mean. But man, listen, I can honestly say, bro, that's probably been one of the greatest gifts God could ever gave me.
Nah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like I done obtained a lot of things in my life, man, but just to have somebody to care for one, my last name, call me dad, depend on me, you know what I mean? And just, that's motivation alone. You know what I mean? That's why I'm sitting here. That's why we chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of times as men, especially black men, you know, we talk to kind of like hold it in. Don't show no emotion. Don't be too vulnerable. And I don't know who started that. But for whatever it is, it got us in the chokehold, bro. Because a lot of us really struggling, you know what I mean? Like emotionally, mentally, you know what I mean? Like we don't really know how to really express ourselves. And usually about time we do, either we done went left with it, we done too much, or we in a space where we really crack it up. And a lot of guys don't really talk about mental health just because I guess it's just I don't know, it's a touchy subject. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm glad that me and you started kicking it, man, because when I used to kick ideas with you, you bounced them back, and I realized, man, even when you think you alone, bro, it's always somebody going through something or been through something.
I'm telling you, man.
Or give you something that go right back to life and its lessons and learning something every day, because you ain't never too old to learn something, whether that's how to manage your mental health, that's how to be able to be vulnerable enough to talk and not leave it in. Because I'm telling you, bro, I've witnessed guys, even men older than me, that really got a little boy mentality, bro. Don't really want to, and not to be hypocritical, I've been there. Because I know how it feels to just be in a situation where you want to talk, but you're nervous or too scared to let it out.
Like express yourself.
Yeah, because you don't want to be judged.
Yep.
Because you know how we grew up. You know, everything player. Like, you know, there's certain things we can't do because that ain't what players do. But, man, the hell with being a player. You know, we really go through things.
I'm telling you.
And nobody really, you know, not to say nobody, but most people really don't care.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, man. I'm just now kind of like getting to that space now where I'm like, it's okay to like open up and you know, sometimes you gotta cry. I remember, you know, I tell you about the situation that I was going through with old girl. I was like, dog, I had days where I definitely wanted to cry, man. But, you know, for me, just growing up with my dad, to this day I still never seen my dad cry. Not one time. He was just always
chest
strong,
out, head up,
strong. Like even
no matter
when
what
he was in the military for some years, and then, you know, he went to work at a prison. I think he might have been he was in the Army.
Okay.
He's in the Army.
My stepfather was too.
Yep.
Yeah.
But man, to this day I never seen him cry. Not one time. He was just always strong. So I guess kind of like seeing him like that is just always being tough. Like even when he had the bad accident earlier, you know, during the summer when my uncle passed away.
Rest in peace to him, man.
Appreciate it. So I just remember rushing to the hospital. I was crying on my way to the hospital, but I remember when we get in there with my dad, he just laying on the bed. I don't think he said he's looking at. He said, "I'm all right." He said, "I'm all right." He said, "I'm okay. I'm okay."
So do you feel like, I guess your grandfather, his uncles, is he cultured like that, or do you think that was developed from him being in the military, or just him feeling
that's all of them.
So everybody just like
everybody. I ain't never seen nobody on that side of the family cry. Like even when I went to my uncle's funeral over the summer, my daddy's cousin and all them, I ain't really remember seeing none of them cry. They were just, it was like they whole side of the family, they just tough. Like it's like they almost they understand it is a part of life, which we all do. But it's like I don't really see nobody on that side get emotional about nothing. Like I just ain't seeing my dad. He just been that same way. I just ain't. I never seen him. I think he kind of got emotional when my mom was telling me, he doing therapy now. With everything going on, he goes talk to speak to a therapist.
Because what else was he the oldest brother, baby brother, or they were like how close?
So my daddy the youngest out of all of them.
Okay.
So my uncle that passed away, really is my daddy's cousin.
Yeah.
But we call him Uncle Bobby because he basically like my
raised
daddy.
together.
Yeah, raised together. Like they tight. They did everything together.
Some southern stuff.
Yep. So we always call him Uncle Bobby because he always been there for us, like all the time. And honestly, he closest to my daddy than my daddy is to his actual brothers and sisters because they grew up together. Like, in the age difference with my daddy and his brothers and sisters, they like 15 years older than him.
That's a little gap.
Yeah, so my Uncle Bobby was like a year older than him, so they did everything together.
They grew up together.
They grew up together. So this kind of like the first time, like, I didn't see it, but I remember my mom said he went to therapy one day, and when he came back out from speaking with the therapist, he kind of had some Kleenexes with him because I guess they was, talking about the accident and everything that went on, and she could tell like he had been crying in. But to this day, man, I ain't never seen him cry. Even though it's just like I worry about it, think about it. Sometimes, like, man, I wonder how he holding up, like mentally, just going through all of that. But it's like for us, he always tells us,
he was that rock. He the example of what men,
And he always tells. I never forget when I was at the hospital. He was just like, he said, "I'm gonna be all right." He's like, "Y'all go on." He said, "Y'all go ahead. Y'all gotta live your life. Live your life." He always tell us that. Like, he just like don't tell us, don't worry about him. He gonna be all right. Just which is what you understand it, but it's still like you really don't want it. It's hard to like accept stuff like that.
Bro, believe it or not, man, my mom was like that, right? Like, so my mom was a single parent. You know what I mean? Like, my dad left when I was, from what she told me, was when I was 10 months old. You know what I mean? Like, so I had my uncles around. I had my older cousins, but it was kind of similar to your situation. Everybody was between 8 to 10 years older than me. So that age gap was like, I mean, when somebody at least 10 years older than you, conversations ain't the same.
It's different. Yeah.
It's like you leaning towards wanting to get that comfort from them, but they so far ahead that it's almost like you where you supposed to be. You look up.
And then by the time you 10, they grown.
They grown already.
They doing other stuff.
So unless they want to spend time with you, you just ain't gonna get it.
Right.
So my mom being a single parent, she was my mama and my daddy. You know what I mean? It was kind of like she figured out how to, dabble with both. If it was a situation where I was supposed to be vulnerable and supposed to cry, she would come for me and allow it. If it was one of them situations where she was like, man, look, you a boy, man up.
Yeah.
And so I got both. So I grew up trying to distinguish between like damn, should I cry about this or should I not? And hardly I might have seen my mama cry twice, maybe 3 times. When her brother Joseph, he passed away. They was like a year apart, and thinking about, she had caught double pneumonia, and so she was crying because I was so young and she didn't want to leave me. So I would say that's twice. Anytime else, she would be emotional, but she just really wouldn't cry because her whole thing was not for me to see it, and for it to, I guess, make me feel not burdened but worried. You know what I mean? Like, because she was it. It wasn't no. I mean, granted, I had relatives, but it wasn't like, wasn't nobody gonna do what she was gonna do.
Right.
And I think her being so strong throughout her life, that's how she carried everything. Like, if can't nobody else make a way, I gotta be that one. So when it came to like showing emotion, it was like, I'm gonna be emotional, but it's gonna be brief. It's gonna be you know. And so like, I guess eventually throughout the years, that kind of made me be like, well, she a female. She my mama. She ain't doing all that, and I ain't doing all that, and I can't really figure out, is it okay or not, because, I'm being raised by a single, like, because even with my cousins, they in the street already selling dope, they hustling. Like you said, that 8 to 10 year age gap, when I come around, they ain't got time.
Right.
So, like, I'm playing with my partners, but I'm kind of wanting to be around people that I know, but they ain't never got time. So then it's always, you know, the moments where I ain't doing nothing and I'm bored and I'm like, man, like I kind of wish I was able to be connected with them to really know what it is to be a man, because they older, because my dad gone. So who you know, my uncles,
who you got to look up to?
Who I got to look up
yeah,
to, you know what I'm saying? And so you end up just, I guess you learn how to deal with life on your own.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you going through, you end up not telling too many people about it. You may learn from different people you around, your environment, but you really learn how to be yourself by yourself. Like, if that makes sense. Like, you sit alone and you figure out, well, ain't nobody gonna cry for me and I gotta figure this out. I feel like to a degree sometimes, man, that kind of make us too stiff. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's okay to be a little vulnerable. It's okay to, like, need help, but we be, like, stuck in the place of, like, survival mode all the time. And I think that's what I generally end up being in, because I didn't want to burden my mama. She working 8 to 16-hour days, and she trying to be mom and dad. You did what I'm saying? And so it was like, all right, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, like, these days I got my own kids. Not to sound perfect, I tend to do what she did, but I was just having this conversation with my son and my daughter today. I want them to be vulnerable. I want them to feel comfortable. I don't want them to feel like when they going through something, whether it's good or bad, I want them to feel like, I want them to go through those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want you to feel, that's a part of being human. I want you to feel it. I don't want you to stay there, but I want you to feel it. And it's okay to express, hey, right now, this hurt, versus trying to shake it off. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I feel like the older I get, the more patience I try to have. I don't know if you experiencing that, like maybe in comparison to when you was younger and how you treat, like what's the dynamic between you and your children? Like, even though they may be in different age groups and spaces, like, do you treat all of them the same? Or with you treating them the same, like what type of father are you to your kids, or what you try to be?
So for me, man, it's a little different. Well, of course, I'm harder on my son than I am my girls.
Okay.
It's for me, it's hard.
And that's weird, because I'm different, because my daughter's the oldest, so I'm a little tough on her than my son.
Real?
And I know that's.
But I guess because maybe it's like the thing, because you say she the oldest, maybe that's why. But for me, it's like, man, it's hard for me to tell my girls no, man.
What, they got this look, bro?
They give you this look. Like, I'll never forget. Oh, it was Ava, my oldest daughter. She this was probably about 3 or 4 years ago. And she said, "Daddy, can I have this?" I said, "No, not right now." Something like that.
Yeah.
And she gave me this look. I said, "Go ahead." And I said, "You go ahead and get it." Then next thing I know, her mama was like, "I told you can't have it." And she talking about, "Well, my daddy said I could."
Threw you right up.
Threw me under the bus. I was like, I ain't even know that your mama said you couldn't have it.
Bro, I go through it. I know it.
Man, but yeah, it's tough, man. Like, for me, like, I get to see my son every day because I got custody of him, and I only get to see my daughters like every couple weeks. Cause
so
your
expectation for him is gonna be because he know he.
Yeah, I'm a lot harder on him, but my girls, man, it's I still just, I cave in anything for them, man. But my oldest, she kind of like more like very shy. She don't really say a whole lot.
Yeah.
I want to talk to her about certain things, and she be like, "Daddy, I know," and she don't really like to open up about certain things. But now my youngest, she gonna cry, she gonna talk, she gonna say whatever on her mind. She's 7. So she just don't care. She gonna say whatever on her mind. Like, she gonna show all her emotions. Now my oldest, she just more like closed in, like just shy. And that's kind of how I was growing up, man. Like, I was just real shy. I didn't say a whole lot. Even now, like,
to a degree, you still reserved a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still reserved,
like,
man. Like, around my family, like, I talk to them, but it's still like more. So I'm like still more chill. Like, even out my circle of friends, I'm like probably the quietest one, like more laid back. So I say my oldest daughter, she probably got that from me as well. She just don't really say a whole lot. She just shy, but very smart. All of them smart. But it's like, I do worry about, I was like, man, I hope my baby girl don't grow up and just, just feel like don't nobody care about her or anything like that, because she's just so quiet about stuff. And I tell her, like, if you ever need anything, it's okay. Like, even before I came here, I was like, I love you. Like, if you need something, just come talk to me about anything. But she just, like, so closed off or whatever. Like, she don't really, like, express herself like my son and my youngest daughter.
Gotcha. So to switch lanes a little bit, bro, I know you into media, you know what I mean? And you do a lot of interviews dealing with sports and, you know what I mean? Do you do any commentary or that's aligned with what you're doing is only, like, interviews?
So when I did commentary, it was I was in college and I did some color commentary covering Broome High School football.
Okay.
So I did. It's like in Cowpens. It's like back towards like
going
back towards like Hillcrest, the east side or whatever. Back that way or whatever. And so I
like going towards Gaffney, like out that.
Yeah, you can go to yep. You can go to Gaffney out there too. So I did color commentary for that, and my senior year in college, and I was nervous, man. But Coach Cox, he just threw me a headset and said, just talk, because I thought I was just going to shadow him.
Gotcha.
But he threw me a headset, and basically what it was, he was just like asking me questions about the game, just breaking down a football game, like basically just talking about what you actually see on the field. And I think that's one of the most important parts about media that get lost today is like a lot of times people just get too much into their emotions and they take things personal instead of just talking about like what's actually going on, like the facts or what you actually see. So basically when I was doing it, I talk about what I saw actually on the field during football. So I did some color commentary, but then I also did like the reporting, you know, like post-game reports, writing articles and stuff like that, which the color commentary thing, that ain't really what I want to do.
I was about to ask you, like, because even when we talk, you don't really talk about it much. I think you like the interaction, the personal one-on-ones with, you know, these athletes and trying to, you know, pick their brain at the same time, understanding, you know, whatever they got going on and off the court or field, but mainly on the court. You know what I mean?
I like those one-on-one interactions with the players, man, because I'm always interested in, like, what's your thought process behind certain things, and like what is it that makes you tick? Like what makes the great great? Gotcha. Like I like learning that type of stuff, and like what did you go through to become who you are? Because a lot of times when you find out stuff about somebody's background, it kind of like helps you understand like why they're wired the way they are and why they think a certain process, have a certain process of what they think. So that's why I like those one-on-one interactions. But like doing color commentary like a Tom Brady or Greg Olsen or Tony Romo, that stuff is hard, man. Like, and plus, as former athletes, they see things from a different lens than we do.
and they gonna speak in athlete, you know, form. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they know certain plays, so that while they doing commentary, they gonna call out the plays doing the commentary. Like, if you know football, you'll understand what they talking about, but they got that experience. So I think that actually helped them out once they kind of go into being an analyst and all that other kind of stuff. Like, I was talking to my son, and my son, man, he probably 4'10", 65 pounds soaking wet, and he loved basketball, but like he done played every sport in his age group that he can play, but for some reason, man, he can't find which one he loved the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't no choice. I'm not like forcing him to, but if he on soccer, he on it for a little minute, and then if he did, you know, he leave that, he want to go to boxing. If he ain't in boxing, he want to play baseball. And then he want to go to basketball, which I'm all for the physical side of it. Stay healthy, stay in shape, be active. You know what I mean? Other than just playing video games and not knocking that, but I want him to kind of like lock in to one, man, and like really go hard. But then, like, you know, he in the space where, you know, he getting older now and he care about girls, and I think a lot of times he plays sports for the look. And I ain't knocking that either. I understand, like, it's a lot come with being a jock. You know what I'm saying? But he's so young. I just want him to really get the fundamentals, man, and get it to the point where, other than just talking about his game, it actually show up on the court. You know what I mean? And like, he ain't bad. It's just he want the championship before the game start. You know what I'm saying? Like, he want the end of the season to happen before he put any reps in. So
gotta put in that work.
You got to put that work in. Like, before we started this, he gave me a little pep talk. You heard it. You know what I mean? Dope. And like, I appreciated that, because how he be nervous about certain things he tried, this was a little nervous for, you know what I mean, for me, but at the same time is something I want to be passionate about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm rocking with you, and I know you got the juice. So, you know what I mean? Like, I kind of like don't know why I put them together, but I feel like, you know, it correlate because of him trying something new. So, it's, you know what I mean? Like, it just put me in that mindset of being all over the place. And I honestly, I feel like he got it for me. Because I done tried different things, and now I'm on to this. So I kind of want to show him, like, you see Dad, he stretching out there doing something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You got to put the work in before you get championship.
I tell you this about your son and just anybody in general. Just be open to trying different things, though. Because for me, like I said, getting into sports, it was just like, I had to learn like the behind the scenes like production side. So I worked at a radio station producing on that. So I learned how to like produce and edit audio behind the scenes.
So that's the fundamentals. That's the basics.
I did the color commentary. I did. I went back to upstate after I graduated, and my friend Trey, he told me how to actually produce like a volleyball show that was on ESPN. So I learned how to do all that production. So when you do those different things, you gonna learn what you like, what you don't like, what you good at. But you always got to give everything 100%, man. Even if you mess up, don't be afraid to mess up. But just learning those different things, man, it just taught me like what I like and don't like, and I just figured out different things. And then I took everything that I use and put it into my own business.
No doubt.
But it was like a lot of ups and downs that came with that stuff, man. But you definitely, for anybody, whatever you interested in, just try different things and just see what you like and what you don't like, and just as you keep on going, you're going to figure out different ways to like reinvent yourself and find things that you can tweak, and whenever that thing that you find that you really like, and latch on to it.
Yeah. When I talk to her, man, not even that, like him and my daughter, they totally different. Like, she likes sports, but not to the degree of how he like them. Like, he, a football, a basketball, like I said, he open to do anything. It's just, I want him to like own one. You know what I mean? Like, or own two. But like you said, just put everything in it, because that's how you're going to get the results.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, he in a little space right now where, like I said, he influenced by the girls, but he only want to put part-time work in it. And it's like, bro, I want your talk game to match your game for real. All that other stuff going to come. But do I know he young? He 12. But he been playing ball since he was like 6. You know what I mean? So, like, when you consistently hooping, like, you know, he think he Kyrie already. You know what I mean? So I just kind of want him to, like, stay fit, but at the same time, find you something. Because, man, these years going to burn. You 12 now. You going to be 16, and you going to have scouts that, like, all of it is a journey. You know what I mean? So you got to pick one. You can't, not to say you can't do, LeBron played football and basketball. AI did the same thing. So it can happen. Bo Jackson, Deion, everybody that played dual sports, but it take a lot of work. They ain't just got there. Exactly. And then with him being undersized, I kind of want him to realize you got to be a dog. But you also got to, like, put that work in. You know what I mean? So I'm, you know, with me doing the podcast thing, because I've been talking about it with you for a minute. I've been talking about it with him, and I'm like, man, I got to find out, like, because if I'm going to tell him that, you know what I mean, I got to put my money where my mouth is, you know what I mean?
I tell you what one of my mentors told me, one of the first 4 or 5 interviews I did about 7 or 8 years ago, probably some of the best advice and it didn't dawn on me at that time, but like as time goes on and I go back and listen to that interview to this day, he's told me something that I still, like, I hang on to. He said, man, you can't be normal and great at the same time. So when you want to be when you want to be great at your craft, like, you got to really go all into it. It's going to be times where you're going to have to give up certain things. And even as a kid, like, I'm not saying not to enjoy your childhood, but you still got to be committed to your craft and what it is. Like, we was all young. The girls going to come and go, man. Like, I'm telling you, that's temporary.
Yeah.
Especially when you that young. But, man, invest that time into your craft. Take it serious. Of course, you want to enjoy your childhood. But if you think about, like, the time and effort that you put into your craft right now at that young age, look at how you're going to be leaps and bounds ahead of everybody your age, because they're going to be out partying, like you said, chasing girls or doing anything else, but you just focus on your craft and putting in that work. 3, 4 years, 5 years from now, man, you're going to be so far ahead of them because you've been so committed to your craft.
And I think with my son, man, he be wanting it right now.
It ain't gonna happen.
You know what I mean? Like, cause he get drunk into, man, Dad, when I was, and this is when he just outside hooping. Man, I hit 4 threes in a row, and my homeboys was like, "Oh, that jumper wet," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's cool, bro, but you really, really, really gotta be consistent." You know what I mean? Like, it's more than just shooting. You know what I mean? I know, like, the league now done pretty much turned into whether you a big or a point, whatever. Shooting is everything. Like, that's how, ain't no more centers really no more. They in there, but they ain't utilized for, and like, he's small, so like I kind of want him to like get the basics, but you got to put in that work. Don't just settle for the bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling him just off the strength of what I done, because I've been in situations where I only did the bare minimum, and sometimes still do. And so that's the boundary that I want to set for him. Don't be me, be better than me.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna give him some type of solid advice, it's always gonna be work hard. Ain't nobody coming to save you, and then shoot for the stars. And like you said, that what is it? That normal and what is
you can't be normal and great at the
same time. And it's like I feel like he hear me, but he may be still too young. But I be just wanting him to know, bro, that time gonna go. You know what I mean? And so you got to put yourself in that position.
Sometimes you don't understand it when you're young.
You don't, bro, because I didn't, bro.
I didn't either. It's just like, man.
I knew everything.
You be like, man, why they being so hard on us? We just trying to live and have fun, man. But when you think about it, man, it's just that time go by way faster than what you think.
Yeah.
And you going to look back like, man, I wish I really did do some of this stuff, man. But like I said, I remember when I interviewed Asia, she was like, you just still got to give yourself grace. Like, don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself. But while you that young, man, just invest that time into your craft. Find that thing that you really want to do, man, and get after it. Like I said, the girl's going to always be there. And when you, like you said, when you have emotion and you really that guy, like in your craft or whatever it is.
You ain't got to talk too much, bro. I mean.
They going to be there.
Just them knowing you going to be in the spot. And like I be want him to realize, like, it is cliche, bro, but let it come to you. You know what I mean? Like, because when I was young, I thought the same thing. I thought everything was on to a degree, but you know how we feel like everything on a time scale. Like, it's, man, I got to do this right now. I got to have it at the moment. I need everybody to see it, and I get it. Life of a middle schooler, life of a high schooler, that's world for them. You know what I mean? Because it was world for us. Like, what matter now as adult, I'm pretty sure it didn't matter when you were 16. 16 was everything. And adult, we realized, man, it's way more fish to fry, bro. It's way harder.
We tripping about what we gonna wear to the club or something. Back then, like, come on, man.
So that's I kind of like try to keep my mind open. Like, dude, he young, but I swear, man, like, because I didn't have a solid male figure in my life, I feel like I'll be trying to cover all aspects, and so I want to be vulnerable enough for him to come to me, but I also want to be firm enough for him to realize we just ain't gonna not put the work in.
Yeah. Because
this ain't me just doing it because I want you to do it. It's more so like I can see it, I not see the future, but I know what come in when you ain't putting the work in. Mm-hmm. I done lived it, experienced it, and I just want you to be able to stand when it's all said and done, so you ain't got no regrets and you ain't got to ever feel like, man, I ain't never heard that before.
And it's gonna take time, but the thing that they battling against now, the young kids, media. And we battling it too, but they really got it a lot harder because now, like, even if you watching like an athlete like warming up or something on social media, they only showing the shots that they made. They ain't never showing the shots that they missed.
Facts.
It's always like some cut up clips of them making shots or a dunk or anything or a catch. It's never like the stuff that they missing or whatever. They don't show that type of stuff. And then kids having hundreds of thousands of followers at a young age, that's going to their head, making them feel like they already arrived.
Yeah.
And you still got work to put in.
You still got work. Like my daughter, man. Like, my daughter, hair incline, bro. Like, self-taught. Like, since she was, like, maybe 4 years old, braiding doll baby hairs to when my son grew his hair out, trial and error. And, like, now she nice. And so she want to be a cosmetologist. And, like, she putting the work in. And, like, she I think next year she is. I think next year she's gonna be in a cosmetology class at Dorman.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, to help her get her license or whatever. By the time she got high school, she can run into a shop, or better yet, maybe how you never know how the skies may align. Maybe get her own spot. You know what I mean? But like that's her passion. Like she don't really care about too much, but when it comes to her hair, that's her thing. And I be trying to tell my son, like, she was 4 when she was trying to figure out how to braid overhand and underhand, and you know what I mean. I'm letting him know, like, you doing your sports thing, but she mannequin down. You know what I mean? Trying to get better. And I told him that's what it takes, and I know he'll get it. You know what I'm saying? Because just right now he just in that little spot. You know what I mean? But like I be letting him know, man, that's hard work. You know what I mean? And I want both of my kids to be successful. You know what I mean? I don't want them to be successful for other people. I want them to be for them. You know what I mean? Because it's a dog eat.
Yeah, and the world. You got to do what you love. Don't do something that I love doing. Do something that you love doing. Like, I don't want them to feel like they got to do this or get in the media space because it's something that I'm doing. Like my daughter, like I said,
but it is an influence.
It is, yeah. It is like, and they like to. My son and them, they like to make videos and they want to do like YouTube channels, which is cool. But make sure it's something that you really want to do. Like my oldest daughter, I was on the road a couple of days ago. She had a play at the school. She had one of the lead roles in it, and she loved acting. My son, he loved football. My youngest, like I said, she with everything right now. She's 7, so she don't really know yet like what that thing is that she really loved doing. But man, it's just one of those things, man, where I just tell them, like, it's okay to like follow. If you want to follow my footsteps, cool. I can show you what I did, but I'd rather you follow like whatever you want, because at the end of the day, I don't want to feel like I'm forcing you to do anything. And then as you get older, you gonna resent me.
Yeah, like this man here was on my neck about just because he did it.
Exactly. So I don't want you resenting me because of a path that I chose.
Yeah.
Because what I want for what I did, it might not be what you want. So they just gotta understand that too, man.
So, like, speaking of media, because I know it's different forms of media, we could kick it to social media. Like, 2025, bro, like, how you feel about social media? Like, I know different platforms bring a lot of different stuff, but, like how you feel about it, man? Is it good for any culture? Is it necessary all the time? Or, you know what I mean? Or do you feel like it's a necessity now? Like, you feel like in order for you to do anything, like, you got to have social media?
Man, I feel like it's really like a gift and a curse, because it helps you connect with so many people all over the world.
Yeah.
And that's how I use it as a tool, as far as like, meeting people or setting up interviews and stuff like that. That's what I use it for. But at the same time, some people use it for negative, like the gossip and all that, which I ain't into all of that, man. Yeah. I'm just about, focusing on my craft and get better at what I do, and like connecting with people on a positive note.
Man, that's like the only thing I think about when it comes to social media. And I know I shouldn't, bro, but it's the negative comments. Somebody told me one time, it was like, and I might be paraphrasing, it was like, bro, what is it? It's something like, no matter if it's bad publicity or good publicity or however it went, something like that, it's still publicity.
It's publicity, yeah.
And man, for the life of me, bro, I can't really wrap my head around, and I know that come with the space, because you're going to have somebody may see this or may see something else we put out and be like nitpicking, point out little.
They going to always do that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be in a space, man, or learn how to be in a space where I don't let that junk bother me, because I'm hands on, bro. It ain't nothing for me to go to a comment and I want to say something back, and I realize you can't do that, but I'm one-on-one. You talking shit to me, I'm gonna bust you all the way up, you know what I mean, and hit you, so and I'm knowing, bro, like you told me this, other people I've met that kind of play with it, like, bro, it's coming.
Oh yeah,
it don't matter what you're talking about. Like right now, somebody watches and be like, damn, they want to talk about nothing, you know what I mean, but we really popping substance right now.
They gonna nitpick. I remember, so I was in Vegas, two things. I was in Vegas and I interviewed Aaliyah Nye. She was the rookie for the Aces.
Okay.
I had the camera and everything set up, but I forgot to press record on the mixer. So we talking through the microphone, but the mics ain't on.
Oh.
So get on YouTube. Somebody like, is the mics even working? Because I can hear everything else in the background. So
and they said it loud, like enough where like it drew
attention. Well, no, they wrote in the comments.
Okay.
They wrote in the comments like, dang, is the mics even on? Because I hear everything in the background. And I'm just like, man, I forgot to press record, but thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Then I posted another clip on TikTok where I was Asia, where I asked her, is being the best player in the world, is that best player in the world, female basketball player in the world, is that something you embrace? Somebody in the comments on TikTok was like, we know that she the best player in the world, but why you got to mention that she a female basketball player? Just like nitpicking stuff like that.
Like what I'm supposed to say, like I wasn't being disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. So I was just, at first I was like, I wanted to say something back to it, but I was like, you know what? I was like, thank you for your support, and I just left it at that.
Bruh, hey.
I'm like, can you really go nitpick something? Like, come on now.
And I'm telling you, bruh, like, them type of thoughts, man, they go through my head, and like I know better. I know better. I know it come. Cause like, okay, so look, this first video, it's a lot. It's a opening. It's a starter. We talking about basic general things, but like it'll change. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give a player some grace, but not even just that. You can learn from it. You know what I mean? Like everything ain't meant to be finding all the little why the microphone gold or why they got a, you know what I mean? And I know
why you got an elephant in the background.
Why you got an elephant in the background? Like what
anything,
anything. You know what I mean? Like find the substance in what we talking about to see if you can relate. You know what I mean? So look, man, we've been chopping it up for a little minute. I appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you coming through, man.
And like I said, man, we got to figure out a name for this thing, and we gonna keep pumping it out. And for all the viewers out there, man, if you like what we got going, you know what I mean? Hit that like button, comment, subscribe, you know what I mean? It's your boy Joyner.
Carlos Smith.
Hey, man, and we out home.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man, no doubt.